Welcome to Education Matters Student Award Application Walkthrough video. In this video, I'll tell you about our student awards as well as how to apply. Heads up right away, if you do not go to high school in Calgary, Alberta, you will not be able to apply for any of these awards. Let's get started. First of all, here's why you should apply for Education Matters Student Awards. In 2022, Education Matters distributed over $533,000 in student award payments. And if you don't apply, you can't receive an award. Let's get into some student award myths and tips. Myth number 1, I have to be a straight A student. This isn't the case. Education Matters has plenty of awards that don't focus on academics at all. We have awards that are based on things such as volunteer work, sports, community engagement, and just your personality. A pro tip, research the awards. There may be an award that fits you perfectly, so don't just apply for the general awards. You can find all the info you need on our website, educationmatters.ca. Myth number 2, it's a lot of work to apply. Well, that's just not true. It's not instant, but the application process is quite straightforward, and in many cases, it can be completed 100% online. The key is to reach out to references early, gather the necessary paperwork from your school or your parents, and stay on top of the deadlines. Myth 3, there are so many students applying, I'll never get an award. The odds are better than you think. While some of our awards get a lot of applications in, there are a few more specific awards that you may qualify for that have very few applicants. And again, if you don't try, you'll never know. Education Matters Student Awards generally launch around March of every year, and we have plenty of resources online to make the process as easy as possible. Taking a look at the educationmatters.ca website, you'll want to go to the Students tab at the top of the page. There you'll find information on the awards, important dates, and the award requirements. We also have a comprehensive FAQ page and contact info on how to get in touch with Education Matters. We'll do a quick walkthrough of the application portal soon, but first some info on how to best navigate that site so that you don't get overwhelmed. First of all, register an account at applications.educationmatters.ca. Avoid creating multiple accounts and don't use your CBE or Catholic School Board District email address. You'll want to use a Gmail account or a Hotmail account. Use the Education Matters General Application Form to apply for the majority of the awards. Check out all categories for potential awards. Applications can be updated once submitted, right up until the deadline. And make sure to use the copy function for subsequent applications to copy repeating information into other applications. That'll save you a whole bunch of time. A few more tips here. Review the terms of references and criteria for each award very carefully. If the award requires an essay, save and copy-paste from a text document just in case something crashes, and make sure to keep a copy of that essay. And always check your uploads. Make sure you're not submitting something that doesn't apply to that student award. Other important information for students. You'll need to apply in your grade 12 year. Although there are some awards that can go to students in grade 11, be sure to apply before you have graduated. Even if you're planning on taking a gap year, apply while you're still in school because you will not be able to apply once you're out of school. Some awards are financial need-based. Please note Education Matters doesn't use a particular income level to determine the cutoff on who's eligible for financial need awards. We look at larger detailed picture. To assess financial need, we not only look at family income, but also if there have been any extenuating circumstances in terms of health care, job changes, or the family size. To be eligible for financial needs awards, you'll need to provide up-to-date tax information. Get those files together either for yourself or from your parents as early as possible. Failure to provide adequate proof of income could lead to a student's disqualification from financial need awards. Students who are living on their own and/or are fully responsible for their living, medical, and personal expenses at the time of application are considered independent and don't need to provide their parents' tax information. Being 18 or paying for a few expenses such as a cell phone does not make a student independent. And international students are eligible to apply for some, but not all Education Matters Student Awards. Be sure to pay close attention when applying for awards to ensure you're applying for awards that you would be qualified for. A bit more information to help you put your best foot forward with your application. With regards to reference letters, they must be signed and whenever possible on letterhead. You can use the same reference letter for multiple awards, but be sure to provide a reference with award criteria to the person that you're getting the reference from. Make sure to list your school and community volunteer activities as well as get a reference for those, and provide Education Matters with important updates such as changes to contact information, changes to your study plans, or any other awards or scholarships you've recently won. Let's walk through a sample application. This one is for non-financial need, fine and performing arts, and it's the Dustin Peers Memorial Visual Arts Award. We always give a bit of information about the award here, and we also have full information on our website at educationmatters.ca. You need to enter in the application name, that's your first and last name, followed by the name of the award. So in this case, it's the Dustin Peers Award, so you'll add that in there. Eligibility. You need to determine if you are eligible for the award you're applying for. This one is, are you under 20 years of age? All of Education Matters awards are for those under 20 years of age, so click off yes. Are you currently attending a CBE or Calgary Catholic School District High School? Yes or no. All of our awards are for those located in the city of Calgary. Are you currently in grade 12? And this one for the Dustin Peers Award, it's very particular. Are you interested or studying art? So yes or no. On this area, there will normally be a spot that says check eligibility. You'll click on that. If you are eligible, it'll take you to the next page. In this case, we're just going to go to Save and Next. On this page, you need to enter in your information. So your first and last name, your date of birth, your address, city, province, postal code, your phone number, and your email address. The email is extremely important. So you already probably have a school email address. Do not use your school email address in this area. You'll need to use a Gmail address, a Hotmail address, or whatever else, because after you graduate, you will no longer have access to your school email. Educational information. You need to fill in which high school you're currently attending, your student ID, the total number of high school credits you have. If you're not sure how many credits, check out with your guidance counselor. The name of the school you attended in grade 10, in grade 11, and in grade 12. And then you'll also need to add in what post-secondary institution you're planning to attend. So you might have some favorites, but which one is your first choice? This one is Mount Royal University. Have you been conditionally accepted? Yes or no. What program you're going into, what you're going to end up with after you graduate, and where else you've applied. So let's say you don't get into Mount Royal. Where else have you applied? Be sure to add that in there. For this application, you need to put in an essay. So there are some awards that require an essay. There are some awards that require a video. In this case, it'll be an essay. So you'll want to write it in Word or another document and then just copy and paste it in. Just in case something goes wrong and you lose that document, you'll want to have it saved. So add it all in here, just copy and paste. And on this one, you need a visual arts portfolio. Like I said, not all of them will have a portfolio, but this is an arts award, so it does have that in there. And then we're going to go Save and Next. Financial information. So on here, if you are applying for a financial need award, or if you just want to share a bit about what your financial situation is, do it on this page. Some things changed around COVID-19. A lot of people got laid off, people are on leave, lots of different things can happen. Let's say your family has 8 siblings. You'll want to put that in there just so that people get a better idea of what your need is. Endorsement. This is really important because we need proof that you are a student in your high school. And this sends it over to your counselor so that we know that you are good to go. So put in your counselor's name and your counselor's email address. Declaration. This page is primarily about information collection and how we use your info and if we're allowed to use your info going forward. For this one, for the Freedom of Information Act, you'll need to click off I agree just so that we can have your info that you shared on the previous pages. Publication, can we publish your essay or share your video? Yes or no. Recognition, can we publish your name? Are we allowed to recognize you in the media or on our website or our social media? Yes or no. And then our statements and conditions. So you'll want to read through this, make sure that it is all good, and then I agree. Or if you don't agree, then you'll just have to exit out. But I agree, and then type out your name as your signature and the date, which is today's date, and then submit your application. No matter what, you'll want to submit your application even if it's not ready yet. The most important reason is just to get that email off to your guidance counselor, because if everybody waits till the last minute on the very last day, we won't be able to get those applications approved by your guidance counselor right away. You can always go back and edit the application itself, but this jets off that email straight to that counselor and then you're good to go. If you are just going back and editing it though, that's more than fine. Click Save and Next, or Save and Close. And here is the great portion of our page where it makes things a lot easier. So with that general award, once you've applied for that first award, you can now copy that award over so you don't have to be filling in all that information again. So you'll want to go over to here, check this box, and click Copy. So now we have your award copied. You can go on to here and go to this spot. And this will be a different award altogether. So we already applied for the Dustin Peers Award. And let's apply for the Pamela Jane Hardy Memorial Award. This is for students who demonstrate financial need and excel mathematically and athletically. So if you're into that, if you're already into arts, you've applied for the Dustin Peers Award, and you're saying, I'm also really good at math, let's apply for the Pamela Jane Hardy Memorial Award as well. So once again, your application name. You already applied for the Dustin Peers Award, so this is now the Pamela Jane Hardy Award. Let's say it PJH, and then check eligibility. Eligibility, again, this is where that walks through if you are eligible for this award. Are you under 20? Are you attending a CBE school? Are you in grade 12? Are you planning to attend or will you possibly be attending a post-secondary institution located within Canada? Yes. And again, let's check that eligibility. You're eligible for this award, so confirm. And like I mentioned, all of that info from the other one has pulled forward into this page. So we can go through all the Save and Next. And this one is a bit different. So again, everything will be different for everyone. So you filled in the essay for the Dustin Peers Award. This one is now a different award altogether. So you can put that in here. Are you a good candidate for this award? The Pamela Jane Hardy Award is for those passionate about math or passionate about sports. So enter that all in here. And then we go to your Save and Next. As mentioned, every award is different. This one requires references, and references must be signed and provided on letterhead. They also need to include contact information for the person providing that reference so that we can follow up with them. This one, in this case, it is about the interest and aptitude in mathematics, athletics, or suitability for this award. So you'll need to reach out to somebody in your life that will put that reference forward for you, include their email address and phone number, include their relationship to you, and upload that letter. And this award is a financial award, so you need to prove that you have a financial need. So, are you an independent student? That means, are you living on your own fully and completely independent? That does not mean that you are over 18 and working a job. It just means that you are fully independent from your parents. Have you attained permission from your parents or guardian to provide the following financial information? Make sure that you do have that permission unless you are an independent student. Family and household information. Are you currently on a school fee waiver? Do you live in a single-parent family? Is your family or household supported by a single income, or none of the above? Number of dependents under the age of 18 living in the household, including yourself. So if you have brothers and sisters and you're all living in the same house at this time and you're all under 18, make sure to add those in here. Family or household income. We need to know this information from your income tax assessment to know how much money is in your family and if you can afford post-secondary or not. Income from other sources. Let's say you're receiving money from your uncle and he helps your family pay the rent. You'll want to add that in here. Funding for post-secondary. How much funding do you currently have? Do you have any savings tucked away? Are you already receiving a scholarship? Be sure to add that in here. And here you'll want to show how you're actually obtaining that funding. So is it through scholarships? Is it through a savings plan? Is it through a job? Put that in here. Student employment income. Are you currently working part-time or were you engaged part-time? We need to know how much money you are currently making or how much money you made. In this area, we need to know your need for financial assistance. So it might be very different in real life than it is on paper. So like I mentioned, there might be a family member who lost their job, but it doesn't reflect on that income tax just yet. Or if your family is making good money, but there are a lot of mouths to feed and a lot of children to send through post-secondary, things might be tight. So add that information in here. The Alberta Government Low Income Support Guidelines. Now, this doesn't mean that you're disqualified from applying if your family doesn't fall into these guidelines, but we do want to know if you are a low-income support family. And your income tax assessment. We need scans of those income taxes. This is from the 2022 year. If you don't have it ready yet, just let us know ahead of time and make sure that we do get it in time of that application. Some applications close on May 1st, some on May 31st, but either way, we'll need to get a copy of the income tax. Again, we'll need the endorsements. You'll want to submit this just to make sure that that counselor knows that you have applied for this award as well. And that declaration has once again pulled over, so make sure you agree and then submit when you're ready to get it in there. Otherwise, just save and close, and it'll take you back to that other page, and you'll be able to edit your other applications. Back onto this page, it'll show you those applications that you already have in process. So we have it in progress here, if you're eligible, when you updated them, and if you need to apply for another award, once again, just click this, click copy, and you have another award application ready to go. Some other tips for a successful application: do not apply for awards that you're not eligible for. If you're not sure, read award criteria carefully or contact Education Matters. Otherwise, you'll just be wasting your time. Provide all required information, be honest, and make sure to say thank you. Our donors love to hear from our students who receive awards. Our award selection process is quite thorough. All applications are individually reviewed. Applicants who do not meet the award criteria are disqualified. Shortlists are created and forwarded to donors or a committee for final selection. Student Award Committee typically meets in August to select recipients, and recipients are typically contacted and provided with paperwork and award info within a couple weeks of the selections being made. If you have any additional questions, please reach out to your scholarship coordinator or to Catherine Shillman, our Grants and Student Award Officer at Education Matters. Her information is on the screen. You can also reach out to us on our social media pages. We're found at EdMatters YYC across all social media platforms, or visit our website, educationmatters.ca. Good luck with your application.